hello, lovelies. Thank you so much, Shari. Yes, thank you so much. And he's here, ladies and gentlemen. The man, the myth, the legend. Somebody like you, official Ben Myers, joining the stream once again. Here he comes, future late night show host. Yes. What's up, brother?
Oh, what's going on, brother?
Stay, brother. We are one. So glad to have you back on the stream.
So good to be here. You have such a calmness in your voice, a presence in your voice, and I'm feeding off of it, my man. Feeding off of it. How are you living? How is everybody? How is everybody? Let me move over to the comments here. So good to see everybody.
Everybody's buzzing. Everybody's back in the saddle of the Love and Light stream. And Shari held some great space for us. I know you know a little bit about that. She held some great space doing some Reiki. And it's always my favorite part of these situations is hearing what the practitioner reports of what they felt come through. That's always the most fascinating to me. So it's very interesting to hear what she said. Shari says, hi, Ben. Good evening, all, says Lorianne. But yeah, brother, just very, very, very grateful to be here with you. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm pumped to be here. Yeah, just today was my 500th day in a row meditating. It's been more than that, but it's on my app that I've been tracking.
So you kidding me, folks? You kidding me, folks? What?
I know.
500, brother.
500.
Holy Rig.
Yeah,
that
man.
is something else, man. That is. How does that feel?
You know, it. Present. It's not like this overly high or wishing it was more. It's just one of those things. It's just what is, and just kind of not saying that in some like woo-woo Buddha type way or anything like that, but like it's just become such a practice of mine that it's not anything out of the ordinary. It was cool to see the like obviously once I got like 490s, I was like, oh, the content creator in me was like 500 will be cool to show people, but for me it was like it's just my practice. Just like my movement in the morning is my practice. It's normal, which is that's what I'm celebrating is it's my normal practice, because looking at old practices, there was no conscious practice. So that's a long-winded way of saying it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That's so beautiful, man, because you're the one that brought to my consciousness that dude who just wanted to change his lifestyle, you know, and he'd gotten fit before, he'd been to the gym, but he could never maintain it. And he just said, you know what? I'm just going to tortoise in the hair this thing, and I ain't the hair. I'm just going to show up at the gym every day, walk in physically, say hi to the front desk person, sit on the bike, grab a drink out of the vending machine, sit in the lobby, and then leave. And he did that for, I think you said 2 months.
Something like that, yeah.
Just to change his lifestyle, to make it a habit and not this desire that he really didn't want to do, but he wants the outcome. So, brother, that must mean a lot to you to be able to sit here and be like, it just is 500 days in. It's just become who I am.
It's crazy because, you know, in this world of, you kind of geek out. I say you, I know but we kind of geek out about like the fabric behind what is our experience of reality. So when I see the number 500, it kind of just becomes more of a question mark to me. It's just kind of like, but the only thing that is the present. So 500 is kind of a fictional number, which it becomes a very cool, like, I don't know. Once again, the mind likes to solve and create mysteries. So it's one of those things where it just becomes it's just a representation of how many present moments I have had and experienced, because each one was just day one. Like 500 is day one.
I was just going to ask you for what was your biggest takeaway from these 500 days to share for everyone here on their meditation journeys? But I think that kind of got close to it, that this is just day one. But does anything else come up now that I ask you? Because that saying it's day one is beautiful.
I think that's it. And I thought there's going to be more before doing it. I thought there would be these more profound moments, right? These more aha moments, these more, I've made it moments. But what I've learned is it's just every day is day one. It's the problems and the struggles that were there. They're still present if you choose to give them the same amount of attention. If you choose to celebrate 500 as some ascended master, you'll find out when you go to cash in that gold, it was all fool's gold to begin with. And day one is day one every day, no matter what. How many day ones can you get in a row? And if it's not in a row, just how many day ones is it? It's just for fun. I'm just having fun, keeping score.
That's so deep, dude. If fellow waves, if there's a celebrant, back to the drawing board, because the celebrant is proof of not remembering fully who you are, because who's the one celebrating? Ooh, that is delicious, as Linz would say. That is beautiful, man. Good evening, Corey Katina. Namaste, brother. Nice to have Corey in the house. I think his surgery is like days away.
Knee, right?
I'm pretty sure it's like May 21st or something. It's not like 2 days. It was something in late May. I'm pretty sure he's getting his whole shoulder reconstructed.
Shoulder. Sorry.
Yeah. So
sorry, Corey.
Hopefully that's Mama Meyer's in the house. Namaste, Mama Meyer. Appreciate having you here. I hope you had a lovely weekend. I know your guys' holiday weekend's coming up next weekend, Memorial Day, but I hope you had a great weekend. My brother Satoshi Takano in the house. Namaste, brother. Welcome in.
What a name. That name is cool.
Satoshi Takano. We got to have him on the stream one day. You want to talk about someone who just follows the excitement in life and magic happens everywhere he goes. What a beautiful story he has. I'm very, very fortunate to have him in my circle of friends. Hello, says Mama Meyer. And Thursday is the surgery for Corey Katina. Thursday. What surgeries have you had, brother?
I've had an emergency appendectomy.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a fun story. I've had a tongue surgery. I had like some weird growth on my tongue when I was younger, and they had to like cut it out of my tongue.
Oh, wow.
Wisdom teeth. They're the only ones I can think of off the top of my head, fortunately. What about yourself? Did you get surgery on your wrist?
Yes, 2. I got broke it when I was 15 very badly and had 2 pins and all. I said it wasn't going to heal great. And then I had that other surgery when I got crushed onto the blade and my nerves and tendons and all that stuff. So those have been my 2 besides wisdom teeth. I think that's it. But man, a growth in your tongue, was it like a benign one?
I don't really remember it. I remember it was. I picture it being it was like a blood blister that I would keep popping because I was a kid. I had to be I don't know, 8 is my guess, and it was just right there. And I would just pop. I would pop it. It would bleed. It would come back. It just kept going. And then I got surgery on it and haven't thought about it since. Did I have any other stitches? But that's not surgery. So yeah, no.
It's a little scary stuff. Those growth things. That's interesting. How do you have a hole in your tongue and just grew back, or?
I picture the tongue I don't feel anything weird in it. Yeah, until you asked, I haven't thought about that forever.
My mom was on when you told that story about cracking your head open, and she was like, that was crazy. She made she's around me. I've been in fights and all this stuff, but she was like, that was wild.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was pretty scary. But once again, I think, you relate probably. I mean, when you're that age and you're playing sports, wild shit just happens. So I was playing Manhunt. I don't know if you guys call it Manhunt up north, but
we do call it Manhunt. Okay.
But yeah, it was I don't know. I just had my mom used to just like joke that I had like a residency in the ER when I was a kid.
Hey, got to break it open to put it back together the right way.
Yeah, put it back together quite a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Corey Katina, 3 previous shoulder surgeries, knee cleaned up, and 2 to remove kidney stones that were too large to pass. Oh, that sounds painful.
ooh,
Damn.
brother.
Well, take us through your weekend, pal. What'd you do? What'd you get up to?
I worked. I played a lot this weekend.
There you go. There's the
Yeah.
reframe, everybody. There's the reframe.
Yeah, it's that's how I talk about it to myself. Is I played in the sandbox and I did a lot of stuff this weekend for just like coursework and my own stuff and followed the flow of things. Yeah, it was a cool weekend. I'm trying to think. They all kind of blend together, but in good ways. In good ways. I have a question for you. Did anything come through for you this weekend?
I guess you could say that, but more so like nothing came through, and that's what came through.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Mom on Sunday did the MDMA, and it's very interesting how because she has such strong defenses, even with the MDMA, she gets resistant to it, fights it, doesn't like it, doesn't feel good, gets dizzy, gets this. And I'm like, Mom, remember, what are we supposed to do? Right. Sit on my hands, relax, surrender to it. If it's bringing you discomfort, there's a reason. So let's sit with that. And she kind of has to just work her way through that. And then once she kind of feels like normal, because this is very light MDMA for what we're finding, then she like kind of breaks open more. And then that's why we didn't stream Sunday, just because we were having some pretty deep talks that just kind of weren't ending. They just kind of was kept flowing. And so whatever it did, it helped something, right? It helped something. And she said about 6 different things that were like jaw dropping for me, that she's realizing those things already. And it was like, whoa, like
she's putting in the work, man.
Oh, well, she's we're just fortunate, right? For whatever reason, all our paths are different. Mom is retired, financially secure, she's just literally pouring every second of the day into it. I mean, her whole weekend was this. Today she had a quiet at home, journaling, reading, podcasting, listening, and then yin yoga, and then her Zumba where she just goes and dances her ass off. So like she is just full on diving in, and she literally, the 2 things that stand out to me where she was sitting there and she was just like, we were talking about thoughts and stuff, and she's like, I was like, what do you do with your inner hand? She's like, and I'm like, and what are you grabbing? She's like, nothing. I'm like, what's it like? She's like, clouds. Like it looks real, but then you get up close and you touch it and there's nothing there. It's like, holy fuck, Mom, that's what we're talking about. Because she still really thinks she's her thoughts and all these things. But then she was all cuddled up on the couch. She was looking at me, and I was on the ground sitting in like yoga posture or whatever. And she was just like, out of nowhere, a little silence. She's like, so I don't really like believe everything yet, but basically, like, if I don't get quote unquote remember who I am / this happiness enlightenment thing in this life, then it's okay, because I'll just try again. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, Mom. Yeah. Like, she's like, I was like, how comforting is that? She's like, yeah, like I don't like believe it, but like you talk about it so much, it's like, that would be pretty awesome. Like, it is awesome. It's awesome, Mom. You can't mess it up. You can't fall off the path. You can't do it wrong. She's
So
like, oh, it's a lot better than like the Christian thing. I'm like, yeah, Mom. Yeah.
What's so cool is there's 2 things. First is you're like, she's full in, diving in, she's got this. You listen to her whole day, and I just sit there and I go, fuck does that sound like? It's you, man. It was, as soon as the decision was made to do it, it was like all in, which is so cool. So cool. And 2, so interesting your mom says that, right? Because I've been in that a very relatable space of, hey, I've heard enough times where it doesn't make me cringe anymore. Cool. Two, then it asked me this question. So I don't know if your mom's listening, but if she is, I'd be curious if she gets to this place or if she's been to this place yet. Um, how did I learn to believe the other stuff?
Mm.
It was just through repetition, and I was also learning it at such an age where my subconscious mind was just a vacuum of all the words, experiences, feelings, emotions, and stuff like that. So it takes a little bit to kind of, I don't want to say override it, but to build a relationship with old conditioning and then make a relationship with new ones. That once I asked the question, how did I come to believe what I believed in the first place? That question kind of started allowing me to understand that, oh, well, I have the ability to believe this if I'm called to it, feel like it, resonate with it. I sit with it long enough. Just I need to ask myself, does it resonate with me? And coming from her son, who's been walking this path like just like no one I've ever seen in my physical life. It's like what a better avenue for it to travel to be like, I'm either gonna get it if I'm not, but my son's gonna be the one that helps me get there, if anybody. Or at least
And as you know, she's just helping herself, and that's so beautiful. And it's like it's like, and she'll have that day on the couch one day, right? Of just like how you and me are like just talking to ourselves here, right? She'll have that moment. But dude, you're so right. How did we believe all the other stuff? Just through osmosis and repetition, unconsciously. Now we get to consciously program, and holy shit, do you pick it up quicker when you consciously program? And all these little platitudes, we try to put things in boxes of these journeys and try to give people assurances, and it's like, here's one thing I feel like that's coming through that I can assure is like, I definitely heard many times that like a positive thought or a conscious intention is 1,000, 100 times more powerful than an unconscious one. I do truly believe that. It's another way of saying that is when you take a step toward God, God takes an infinite amount of steps towards you. But I can truly say that when you put your intentions on something, it'll happen. It's just a matter of how much intensity you can channel towards that thing you want. And we all come into this life with different set intensities of intention, I would say, just like we come in with different meat monkey spacesuits with different circumstances. And you can't know when the intention that you're leaning on with the focus is going to manifest into physical reality or a realization or a knowing, a remembrance. But you can sure as shit up the level of intensity that you can focus. It's like Michael Singer talks about, there's always light everywhere in the world. There's light everywhere. It's all love and light. It's like, well, there's about 9 billion magnifying glasses out here that are taking that love and light and putting it on one thing. It's like, I'm me and I'm just human and stuff. It's like you start to put it on all these other things. Like my moment is, look how fast it's happening. It's happening fast, but your journey may not be fast. It may be slower, but you can control your will, your conscious will, where you're placing it. While you believe you can.
Right. There's just so many powerful nuggets in there. And it's interesting you talk about the speed of things. Speed's an illusion. It's never fast or slow. It's how intentional can you be with being present with it? That dictates what I believe, speed. Because the more you're able to be intentional and present with the thing that is feeling so undesirable, all of a sudden that clock starts to pick up a little bit because you're no longer resisting it, which is slowing things down. And how I really think about this, once again, like I think a bunch of the people in here are here for hockey or here for spirituality, love to listen to the hockey stuff too. This isn't just spirituality. This isn't just mental health. This is just being. Like, I think the most important thing I've learned along the path of like, yes, I feel called to connect belief, spirituality, religion, whatever, to faith to the mental health journey. That's my channel. That's my avenue. What I feel I was put on this earth to do to help people make that connection. And that connection is just like in spirituality, it goes same for mental health. If whether it be anxiety, whether it be pain, whether it be grief, whether it be depression, whatever it is, presence is the answer. presence and non-judgment is the goal. And the more you get comfortable with that, the more you will understand the false evidence that is appearing real appears less real.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. That's why these conversations never get old, because like I'll say something at one level, like the speed of something, and then you take it to a deeper level. And then I go, oh yeah, and then that makes me think this. We're just playing around with the depths of understanding. It's so freaking fun, dude. Beautifully said. Because yeah, there is no speed, there is no time. It's all these other things we're believing and labeling. Yeah, so that's why we didn't stream Sunday, fellow wives, because I was holding space for Mama, and she it was one getting to that point where I was like, Mom, like I either have to walk out the door right now to be on it on time, or you need to say you want me here. And she went, I want you here. I went, thank you. I need that decisiveness. Thank you. She's, sometimes some of us, and I'm not generalizing too much. There definitely women I've experienced in my life definitely sometimes lack a little decisiveness and want the guy to, where we go and all that stuff. And I love seeing this funny quote of like, or this funny video of a guy gets in the car with his girlfriend and he's like, they're going for dinner and he's like, you know where we're going, right? And she's like, really? He's like, where are we going? She's like, really? Are we going to that cute donut shop I showed you? Of course we are. Right, where they pick it themselves. I think all those things are so funny in our Meat Monkey spaces. I'm sure the women are going to appreciate that. But we have our things. Believe me. But that's definitely one of them. And some of the women in my life, my mom, partners. So she made that decision, which is nice, and ended up talking for like 7 hours straight doing that. But that set up the next day of my 11 grams in the woods. So that's definitely going in the book too. There's no doubt about that checkpoint of the journey is going in that book, in book 2. That's for sure. The happy, yeah. So, God, they're my friends. Those things are my friends, man. No other psychedelic resonates with me that I've done so far like those. I'm gonna have to obviously do the DMT and check that out, all that fun stuff, and it'll happen exactly how it's supposed to. But it's like, just to hear those little tidbit that I find interesting is like, I used to really get in my head about mosquitoes and bug bites and not wanting that, and like, oh, I gotta like manage, I'm gonna want to itch, and I would get really anal about those things, like OCD-ish. And I went out there, and it's like, I'm in the freaking middle of the day. It's 30, whatever, probably it's like 100, feels like 100 in Fahrenheit for you. And I just went in this little clearing in the woods, and it's warm, but I'm skinny now, so I'm better with the heat. But it's like bugs are everywhere. And I just put my thing on and I covered myself up with towels, but like, I'm going to get bit. And I did. Black flies, mosquitoes, all these things. And I feel them all right now, itching and all this. But it's like, there's some level of detachment that happened from my body out there that's been deepening and deepening, that like, I just can feel all of them on my body right now, and it's okay. And that, I can't really put into words how freeing that is for me, because I used to just be like itching and picking everything and plucking, and it's just like this pain or this uncomfortability, this itch is just like, it's kind of nice. And that's really weird to say.
That is funny. You know what word just keeps popping up? It's attachment. That's when you're feeling all of that stuff, when you're feeling the things, whether it be the physical sensation of mosquitoes, bugs, it's the attachment to the feeling, it's the attachment to the emotion, and you feel your gears revving up, right? It sounds like you just snipped and you just watched.
Yeah, it snipped a bit more, the attachment. It says in the Ashtavakra Gita, one of the texts, that somebody asked about the guru that I was in the Kriya lineage visiting. Somebody asked about that text, and one of the swamis and the guru got like pissed. They're like, "Don't talk about that. You're not ready for that." And I was like, "I'm reading that when I get home." But it literally says in it, like, basically, stop being a fool and finally cut the sword of attachment to your body, and all will be fine. So I know we've been talking about that lately, and that word's coming up a lot lately. That like, we all try to look at ways to, like I said, put it in a box and try to understand these massive things just in a simpler way. But it kind of does all boil down to that one word.
Attachment, man. I know and it's always so interesting, because whether it be on the stream or off it, one thing that pops up is kind of like it's a mixture of things. It's reminding myself like you don't have it figured out because what the words that are coming out of my mouth always feel channeled. They always feel like it's something talking through me to not talk to others, but to talk to myself included.
Mhm.
So once then I get this attachment of like, do people look at me and think I have it figured the fuck out? And then I go, you're attached to something there. Like that's the practice of attachment to how you're perceived, all these kind of things. I just want and that you see the dust storm, the mind storm starting up, and then I go, who gives a fuck? Like that's like it's kind of like taking a book from or a page from your mom's book. Like, fuck it, who gives a shit? Like, let it go.
Mm.
Let let things go. And you've been a massive help along that journey. Like, I
Mm.
think you help bring things out of me that I've said, but hearing you reflect back helps it resonate. It's like when this is the truest way is the way I can think of it is I talk to you and I talk back,
Yes.
which feels trippy a lot of
Mm.
times, but
No, dude,
fucking
that's so
rad.
true. That what you just said is the whole reason it came through to do this stream, to do collective memoria, is those ultra speaking calls I did. So it just shows you your highest excitement brings you exactly what you need. It's exactly how Bashar says: chase your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no attachment to the outcome, with integrity, and the universe rearranges itself around you because you are it. You're acting on what is that feeling. So when I do this ultra speaking, what I learned in that, I thought I was just going to get better at public speaking. That was the most spiritual shit ever because I watched in real time over a period of time where people just constantly heard feedback of how they're communicating, and you could instantly pick up when somebody wasn't being raw and real after a while. It trained the intuition so much more. It's like, okay, you're not open. Like where you're not being authentic right now. What are you hiding? It was just so obvious. So like learning through that and getting reflections on when I wasn't even aware I was being stuck in a place. They're like, why you there's this one coach I worked with, he could know, and when my energy shifted like this, he's like, oh, you lost it again. You're not being vulnerable. I'm like, holy fuck. And I got to see that happen. It was all from reflections with that person of seeing things I can't see. And that's what we're here to do, to learn with each other. And that's what came through to be like, that's what this collective memory is going to be. We started with the streams, but when we get to like really doing it, it's going to be getting on and breaking into groups and just talking. And you're going to be able to pick up yourself when people are being authentic. They're going to call you out when you're not, in a good way of like, what's your false evidence appearing real right now? You can't share that story about your dad. Why not? What's going to happen? You're going to cry. That's okay. In front of us, we're holding space for you. That's how we learn. It's literally the whole thing that you just said, brother. And then eventually in that process, you go, holy fuck, I've been talking to myself the whole time. And we're like, yeah.
The whole time, man. That's beautiful. What an experience. Like you said, you thought you were going to get so much more out of it, or you were just going to get public speaking out of it, but like you opened what sounds like a channel. It was just like, oh, this is a channel I have maybe tuned into unconsciously before in my life. It just, I thought the moment brought it out of me, but realizing that I can tune into that channel, I can stay at that channel for much longer. That sounds incredible. I agree, and I resonate with that a lot.
Oh man, I just got to wave almost, yeah, let it out if it wants to. It's welcome to come out, because that also taught me too of what you like. That's how I'm just hearing you speak of what resonated there, and it just brought me to another place of like I made three sisters out of that. I never had sisters. I have three girls that I met that I went and visited in San Francisco. We're so tight, and it's the most platonic love, and I didn't feel like it was possible for me before. Like,
Mhm.
and we talked about that in the women's group and stuff a little bit this week of like, I used to be that guy that did not think I could have a girlfriend. I literally thought that was impossible for me. And to have three women in Meat Monkey spacesuits that like just on a whim, I posted that video of me cutting the pineapple, and I get like a 5-minute video that's just like pouring out love. Just, you know what I mean? Like they're just there. They're my sisters. It's so raw. It's so real. Oh man, it's beautiful. Thanks for being you, brother. Just to be like
Dude,
you, just brought that up and brought it into my consciousness.
You know what's cool about that? It sounds like, everyone can talk about masculine and feminine energy. It sounds like you got comfortable with your feminine energy,
Oh yeah.
right? So it wasn't like you had to dominate it or manipulate it or sleep with it or anything like that. It was this place of, I feel I can sit with feminine energy and be comfortable and not feel like I need to do something with it or for
Mm-hmm.
it or because of it. It's, I get to be with it
Mm.
and not with no expectations and stuff like that. And I think that's a large, like, dudes who will hear the word feminine energy and start to like run, it's because they're scared of their own. And no shame on that. Like, I understand. I've been there, I've understood it, I've said the things, I've acted the ways. But I should say that's my belief. And my lesson has been, I've been surrounded with such beautiful platonic female friendships that has
Wow.
allowed it just to come through me.
Wow.
Like, it's naturally came out, and it just kind of like, I've never felt more comfortable than with a room full of like open and honest women, like with no expectations. And once again, like you,
Mm.
I always felt like I had to perform. Maybe it wasn't for like other reasons, but like I wanted to be liked so bad. And now it's
Mm.
just like, oh wow, I don't have expectations. I can just be.
Mm.
It's
And
cool.
you have a sister, right?
I do.
Yeah. So did that really help with that? Or what's your journey with that of being like, what age were you like, oh, I can be in a room full of women of any age and not feel a single twinge of like having to perform or like I have to be this or be that? Like, because you definitely have that energy about you.
I want to dance lightly here because my sister's not in the room. She was always like, I'm the older brother. I'm 3 years
Mm.
older, but she was always the older sister.
Oh.
And a lot of my insecurities came from a sharp tongue.
Mm.
A lot of things were cut deep at a young age.
Mm.
And I think I was embarrassed about that because I was the older brother and I felt like I was being bullied by a younger sister. And like, when I say bullied, I mean in like a loving way. Like,
Yeah.
she just had a sharp tongue. And as we've gotten older, we joke about it, and we have such an amazing relationship now.
Mm.
And we can like talk about things in live time. I go, hey, you're doing it. Or she'll be like, hey, you're doing it, kind of stuff.
Mm.
So we hold each other accountable, but I didn't get the feminine energy, comfortability from that relationship. That was much more of like, I kind of felt like, not that I had a brother. It just felt like there wasn't that, like, it wasn't like that with me and my sister.
I could see how being a Philly brother in sports and you got a younger sister that's just cutting you to pieces, that would be a little tough on the ego.
Oh yeah. And it wasn't like, I mean, she could have been brutal, but like I said, she's a nurse, and she's got this like certain switch that can go on where she commands a room. Like,
Mm.
and wherever that came from, it was from a young age. But like, if she wasn't in the mood, if she was having something, she let me have it a little bit. But once again, that was her going through her own stuff that I
Mm.
had no idea about. Like, we all, like, no one knows what anyone's going through on a personal level.
Mm.
And you get older, you talk about it, and those are the things that become the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, me and her never had a bad relationship. We were always super close, but there would just be moments. Like, me and my sister are kind of polar opposites, but definitely from the same cloth kind of thing. So yeah, we've learned along the way with each other.
Wow, look at you both serving people. Her with the meat
She's a
monkey
rock star.
spacesuit.
She's a rock star, man. Like, hearing about what 2020 nurses went through from my sister and the way they still are there, like, I truly believe she's a superhero. Like, all nurses, all medical professionals, everybody, like, no, firsthand I can speak like a fucking superhero. Like,
Mm.
unbelievable superhero.
Mm. Yeah, I wonder how you never know how seeing gore and death and trauma can affect people. I was watching a video came up today of a guy who's running for, I think he's politician in his local place, former Marine. He's absolutely going to work his way up. He's amazing. but he just told a story about his first PTSD. And it's not always the most gory. It's not always he's like, I have way worse stories. But like the one he told of an IED and his buddy and the brains and all this stuff. And he's just like, that one just hardened me. It just changed me. I went through tours, everything was fine, but then it got to a point where it just broke me. Like, have you had any discussions with her? And I'm not looking to like go down her deep rabbit hole of like, you and me talking about it. Like, has she shared anything like that with you? Is she someone who naturally has dealt with it well? Some people are predisposed to like handling that stuff.
I think I don't want to speak for her. She didn't share many stories with me. I think she talked more to my mom about it. Just because she needed a place to talk about some of the things. I don't think she talked about a tenth of the stuff she saw. I think she ended up talking to a professional to kind of help, and I think it really did help. But whether it be military, whether it be medical professionals, whether it be nurses, police officers, just in my position of working with people, there's this compartmentalization, and some of it's healthy and some of it's not. And I believe she's at a healthy level of compartmentalization of the things she's seen. I don't think she'll give herself the credit of the things she's done. But I think that's a lot of the nurses. Like, that's the job. The police officers, the military men, that's the job. That's the duty of it.
Right.
That's what I signed up to do. Doesn't make it any less noble. Like,
no,
once again,
no, it doesn't.
Fucking
doesn't
superheroes, man.
But does anybody out there? We got 13 people on the kick, which is awesome. We got people coming out on Instagram. TikTok is always quiet when we have a guest on. But does anybody have any questions for us? Does anybody have any things that we're talking about that's bringing up anything in your journey? Because we would love to reflect on that. And just as we've talked about, Ben sharing, me reflecting, epiphany, me sharing, Ben reflection, epiphany. It's literally how this thing goes. So if there's anybody out there who has questions or wants to dive into something, or hear are the thoughts that come through the love and light on a certain topic, let us know, because that's what we're here to do, baby. That's what we're here to do.
And while we wait for some people to jump in and pose their questions or comments, I'll reflect back to you and ask, like, is there a relationship in your life, whether it be romantic, personal, former, or anything like that, that you have felt really shaped who you are? Not just today, but like was a great learning lesson along the way that taught you a lot of lessons. I know we've talked about past relationships, romantic relationships, but anything else?
One I can't speak on because they've asked me not to speak on it. Mom, I share my stuff with them as much as I can. I know Mom wants me to be careful about some things, so I'm gonna have to go a little off the board.
Love the respect there too.
Awareness, yeah, it's getting better. Meat monkey spacesuits, figuring it out more and more. Another one that I probably should. So I'm gonna have to go with this one. I shared on my story, and this just shows you that it's all data collection. One of the times that I went and just needed to eat some food, like a burrito or something, and it was out of a desire that wasn't grounded at the time, like a binge or whatever. Just shows you that it just takes you right where you need to go. I go to the place, and standing up front is a homeless man. Never seen him before. Usually they're mostly downtown. He was up there, he had a bike, and he asked me for a bite to eat. And I always remember Brady Leavold, a good friend of mine, says, forget what they asked for, talk to them as a human first. So I talked to him, and we're talking. I'm asking about his story. He's like, ask them their story. I get to know. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's what I love to do. Talk to him, and then he goes, I'm like, what's your name, man? He's like, Curtis. And I'm like, okay, bet, love and light, let's go. I could feel it from the second I saw him. You don't usually talk to every unhoused person, but I just knew there was nothing stopping this was happening. So go in, get him a burrito, whatever. I'm like, all right, man. He didn't have a phone, so I couldn't keep in contact with him. But I said, hey, my office is across the street from Metro. So he's like, oh, I'm always down there. I'm like, all right, perfect. Bet, we'll see. If you're meant to be here, you're meant to be here. We'll see each other. 2 days later, there he is, standing in front of Metro. I'm like, all right, what's the lesson here? I know there's something here, so let's just see what comes through. And I got him some food, whatever. And then next thing you know, I'm taking him up to the mall to get a SIM card for his phone that he has that doesn't work, right? And we're doing that, and I'm trying to gauge, and I'm trying to read, and I'm talking to him, and he's intellectually challenged from I think a lot of the drugs he's done. He's out of it, but I could feel I was pushing it as far as I wanted him to get help, and I started to feel that. I started to feel it, and I was like, okay, I feel it, I see it, I'm here. So I'm not just gonna like walk away from him right now. Like, let's see this through. So I got him set up with that little, $10 a month plan, and I'm like, all right, man, see what you're gonna do. Meet me at the DMV Monday morning, 8 a.m. Be there or be square, motherfucker. Like, do you want help or do you want help? He's there Monday morning. Take him in, pay for his new license renewal, his whatever, get all his shit going, his identity card. So he has a license now. He can talk to people, whatever. We're moving. All right. For that, I give him a reward. Put him in a night at a hotel, clean up, get a steak, cook it on the little kitchenette in there. Let's go, baby. Right? Start doing our thing. But then he just starts falling off after that. And he can't do the simple things I'm laying out for him. And I had to obviously cancel the plan and had to learn from that lesson of like, all right, people only want help. I'm not going to go looking for it anymore. That was my final lesson of like, people will let me know if they want to change. That was a very powerful lesson for me. And it was like so visceral. I so knew it was happening the whole time. And I was like, that's what I needed to learn there. Haven't seen him since.
What a powerful lesson, man. What a powerful lesson. I'm so happy you shared that, because that's people let you know. And that doesn't mean don't help people that don't ask you. It means recognize that level of when you want it more than they do.
Yep.
And they're not willing to kind of do the things anymore. And that's when you can't learn the lessons for them or force them to learn the lessons. I think that's a really powerful lesson.
Yeah, man.
I saw Sherry pop something in here.
Yes, she got a big share. So how do you take a rip at it?
All right. Wondering if anyone has any input on how to support my 22-year-old nephew going into the reserves.
Wow.
I'm concerned, even though he isn't going directly to war. He is such a kind soul, and even just boot camp can be hard, I have heard. He wants to be a fireman and figured quickest way in. I just want to be supportive. How he would need as a man. He is also my buddy for hockey games, just a cool kid. What's your thoughts?
My mind immediately goes to Michael Singer. When people ask him how to raise a kid or support someone, he goes, why the hell do you think you're raising them? God's raising them. The universe is raising them. You can just be there to support. So I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just that's where my mind goes of like, people ask, Michael Singer, you have a daughter? And he's like, yeah. They're like, is she levitating by now? And he's like, she has a family home with her husband and 3 kids. She's like 20 minutes away. Why would she be levitating? Like, well, you're Michael Singer. He's like, well, that's just your projection. Like, why? I didn't force her into anything. One day I woke up and I was meditating and she was on the cushion next to me and she was 7. I was like, well, that's cute. She didn't continue, but that's the only thing I could do is model it. So for me, it always starts with ourselves. But, that feel to, it's like what I just said of me trying to help the homeless person, right? It's kind of the same thing. What about you? What's for you?
I'm in alignment. And I think a really important word that Shari said was, how do we support, how can I support him?
Absolutely.
Right. And I think that is really in alignment with what you're saying. It's not how do I raise you? How do I convince you? How do I do this? How can I support him as a man going through this? And I think what comes through for me is a great way is ask him. Hey, what are ways you really like to be supported? I know you hear a lot of these things. How can I be an open channel for you to communicate to? Is that something you want? What does that look like? That's the building of, it's not often the words that are exchanged back and forth. It's the actions of showing up that allow people to know you're a safe place to jump in with. I think the answer is often so much more simple than we make it. Not saying this is, the question is so much simpler. It's have that I think the answer's in the conversation. And I wish sometimes people would be like, hey, how can I support you?
Yeah. I mean, this is a great point out by you. Like, I think you've already done it by even asking this question, Shari.
Yeah, I agree.
You've literally already done it. The fact that you chose the word supportive and wow, like he like just Ben, like Ben, well, Ben's a bit, well, aren't we all? Aren't we all? But Ben, you love being considered with your Meat Monkey Spacesuits past patterns. So for you, what would that feel like? You know, you're trying to find your way in this world as a young man in 2026. You're like, how do I be a firefighter? It's a competitive job. You know what? I can go in the reserves, get paid for it. It'll be a quicker path. And you have an aunt that comes to you and like, hey, like, how can I support you in this? What would that mean to you?
It'd mean a lot to me, because it would give me the most powerful gift I think out of everything is to understand this is so much more. You're giving me the gift beyond just support through military and all of the things of becoming a firefighter. You're helping me reflect on how I like to be shown up for.
Mm,
And that will come true with whether it be family relationships, romantic relationships, platonic relationships. Um, because I think for the longest time, I have such a wonderful mother who knows how to show up for me, but I was never asked how to be shown up for. Like I was
mm,
just, oh, that's how I like being shown up for. But if you were to ask me to reflect on it, I'd be like, oh, I don't know.
mm,
I have to do that. I have to be able to tell people and communicate that. So I think giving him the opportunity to reflect on what does support look like for me
mm,
through this, and it's allowed to change. I'm allowed to be like, hey, I don't fucking know what's going on, man. I need a little bit of help without you telling me what to do. That
mm,
would be the biggest thing for me.
mm. Yeah, because it's even okay if he doesn't even have an idea. He's just trying to get through the day right now. And it's like, perfect. Now he knows I'm here. I'm a resource. I think he would have to think about it. Yeah. And that would be just a great prompt for him to even consider that, you know, and to start a conversation between you two of like, oh, like I go to games with Aunt Shari. She's my hockey buddy and she's such a cool aunt, but like I've never really been into her like Reiki or this and that. I'm just posing an example here, Shari. I don't know for sure. But just like, oh, she's so welcoming. She's so kind to me. She's not, you know, freaking out on me. Why are you in the military? That's, you know, that's not a line job. That's, you know, you're going to go out and cause, you know, tax dollars to be wasted killing kids in our, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many ways that people can project their things on it. For you to just be that and that openness, I think that's what you're resonating with the community too, Shari, and how you're showing up with an offering tonight. So engaged in the community, so engaged in the streams, just plugged in. That shows everything. That just the presence is the greatest gift we can have. You're so present on the streams. You're clearly present in your life. You are just bursting with love and light, Shari.
Mm, you're right. He is a good listener for me. It poses the question to the other people in the chat. What are ways that you like to be shown up for? How do you like to be supported? Is it through, there's certain attachment styles? What is that? Like, what is it? Is it being listened to? Is it being just in the same room? Is it being giving a little bit of helpful advice and guidance? Is it being considered? Is it being a space where you get to just authentically be yourself without any judgment and you get to be you and understand and navigate? I'm curious because, like I said, not a lot of us get that chance of a reflection because that's a really, I don't want to say difficult, but that's a very in-depth question that not a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us explore. So, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to do here? I'm gonna mirror it back to you. I'm gonna be like, what are some ways that Gabes likes to be shown up for in his 3D monkey, space monkey meat suit?
Man, I'll tell you, this is vulnerable. This was before you asked me this. It was already coming through. It came through today, brother. You're setting the bar so high that it's becoming a beautiful challenge because dealing with you, working with you, playing with you, knowing you, like it's then having to go back and do that with other folks, it's jarring for my ego. And it's fucking beautiful because it's like this is how it works, people. You're like, oh, you know, the ego wants to just let's just work with someone, play with someone that just has done the work on themselves and they're just so easy to do. And then look who pops the fuck up. Ben Myers. And in the meat monkey spacesuit terms, I'm speaking from duality here for all of us here. It's like, I don't really believe that, but it's like puts other people to shame because he's put so much work in. And it's just the truth. My ego is doing backflips in other ways because it's just like, how can that be so different than that. And I'm like, that's me sitting behind it all. It's the mushrooms. It's all the work of just like, oh, that's beautiful. Like, bring it on up. Bring it on up, other folks. Please show me the difference of what working with someone like that can be to that. And then it's just squeezing. It's like the Wayne Dyer thing. When you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Orange juice. When you squeeze you, what comes out? Hate, disgust, judgment, comparison. It's like I see that happening. I see those things coming by. I know that's the meat monkey space who's trying to keep me safe, trying to like, oh, Ben's great. I got to find more people to work with like him. They're not those people. So the long-winded answer is I don't have an answer, because me having an attachment to how I need to be shown up for is only me attaching to something that's going to bar me from making the realizations I need to make. So just people just being them is enough for me, because it's weeding out every place where there's still blockages in me.
I mean, for one, I want to say thank you. That is very, very kind of you. And I have a funny story to tell you that literally happened today about you. I was on the phone with my partner, and this is going to make sense. I'm not deflecting this. I'm not deflecting this. I promise.
That's a great check-in. I love that from you.
I'm not deflecting this. And I was talking about how excited I am for our project, for our course, and for our community, and all of that stuff. And she goes, "Well, what are you working on right now?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just finishing up the evaluations of the final module. I'm really, really excited about it." She goes, "Oh, what's it about?" And I'm telling her. And I go, "Honestly, I think it's the most impactful thing we have." And she goes, "Oh, that's so incredible that you guys do this." And I go, "I have to be really transparent here." I go, "Gabes asked me, brother, do you mind if I take a crack at this on my own?" And I was like, because he was so nice, and he was like, "Brother, I feel like I've been learning from you and just the way you're showing up and doing this, and I just want to see what I got." And I was like, "Yeah, man, absolutely." And I said, "Cass," he came back with the first 2 days, and it was completely different how I would have done it. It was so much better than any avenue I was going to go down. And he goes, "Well, do you want to work on it?" And I go, "Finish it." I was like, I said, like, I was like this, a little bit of ego of like, I want to see where you go with this. Like, there's no way. Right. And I said, "Cass, listen to this day." And I read the entire, I can't remember which day it was. And I go, "I'm so proud of him. Like, this is incredible. Like, it's beyond the work I could have done by myself on this." And I go, "But I'm going to acknowledge my ego is going to come out." And I go, "I hate that my favorite module is one that I didn't do anything on." and it was so fun. She goes, "Oh, well, why don't you read me one from one of your modules?" And I go, "Well, we worked on all the other ones together and stuff." But I wanted to say that to you because you too also are like bringing that out of me. And that was such an opportunity to be like, hey, this isn't just my arena. Like, this is like what it was like. I'm so happy that emotion is popping up, because if I can be vulnerable with you,
yeah,
I've seen the way you've shown up for a lot of people in this community. I've seen you have people on here, and the way you handled some crisis moments and all of those things. And you made me feel insecure. I go, "Oh my God, I've been doing this for years." And I watch him and I go, that's that. You make me like doubt myself, not in the ways of like the self-confidence, but I go, holy shit. But to your point, I go, I fucking love that. It's a little bit of that competitive, like healthy competitive of like, bring that out of me, dude. Like, yeah, let's fucking ride.
And just to, before we go to the comments, the same thing back to you, because the conditioning camp's kind of your baby. And I was like, damn, he's coming in hot. I learned through a couple of things where I made the module the first couple of days, and you're like, wait a second, we got to step back and like ask them how they feel first. I'm like, right. We don't need to just like sit. Yeah, go down the ladder, sit with them. That's what I took to that one. So it informs, and this is the dance. This is the play. When two people have formed that bond, that connection, that love, man. Oh, fuck. It's just beautiful, man. It's so beautiful. Oh, dude, brother. Right. Okay. People are going to be like, all right, get a room. Here we go. Shari, she says, I can tell he's proud of himself so far. I've just told him I'm proud of him and really holding back my feelings and tears because I know he doesn't need that. That's it right there, Shari. That's it. And I always use the same example for my mom when she asks me certain things. I'm like, what did I say? What's the Michael Singer weed story? Michael Singer says, your son has weed in his locker and it gets found out and the principal calls you. Do you run down there and go, oh my God, we need to fix this before people in the neighborhood find out we're druggies and we're bad parents? It's like, that's your ego thinking about you. Why don't you just show up for your son who's clearly going through something? Maybe he held it for somebody. I don't know. Maybe he's doing a great thing. Like Ross the boss going after that kid when it's a great thing overall, but we can work with it. Right. So that's beautiful, Shari, that you're recognizing your stuff that was coming up and you're not letting that project out of you. That's fucking, that is the support right there. Beautiful.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Go ahead on this one.
We got Erica. Is it Erica Lovely? Do you call her Erica Lovely?
Yeah, her on this one she's enlightening Erica, but she always says hello lovelies when she comes in.
I went to read her name and I go, why do I want to say Erica Lovely? That's why. So Erica, that's why I did it.
She's gonna love that.
I like to be understood in an emotional way, I guess, even if it's attempts and not fully understood. I think in a way from my traumas, I have needed validation in a relationship, but now I'm offering these things to myself, which is a beautiful relationship I'm in love with. You know what I hear a lot of right there? You've learned to be considerate of yourself. And all of the other things, like it's like I'm an like you like to be shown up for emotionally, even if it's just somebody trying, like you're being thought of, like you're on someone's mind of like, I don't know what the fuck to do right now, but I just want you to know I'm thinking of you and I'm trying. And like all you want to be is considered and thought of and felt for. And now what you're doing is you're learning how to do that for yourself. You're seeing that, and life is just a mirror, my friend. I'm sure that whether it be, you know, this community showing up and showing you that as well, because I know you give that to us, you give that to others in the community. I love it. I'm so fucking proud of you, dude.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good, Erica. It's such a mind fuck to be so conditioned by duality of like the Disney movies, and I need my prince. I thought I needed my princess. I thought if I was nice to a girl, then she automatically had to like me, and we're gonna live happy ever after. Like the conditioning is wild, and thinking we need to be completed by someone else. But man, you start going down this path around other people doing the work, and you're just like, it sounds so fucking backwards, but I literally have to build the relationship I want with myself. Because then it don't matter if Prince Charming ever comes. I'm merging the masculine and feminine in myself, and I am one with everyone. And then, funny enough, time after time, that's when the people show up. I love the Halle Berry one. Halle Berry went on some show, and she told that story of like she's this like such desirable woman, Halle Berry. You know, everybody's after her, and she's had these relationships. She finally just said, "I had to just say, I am absolutely unequivocally 1,000,000,000% okay if I never find him." And he showed up. Like it's just time after time, and you see it enough, you do the work enough. It's like the near-death experiences. I just beat it into my head so many times that I know it, that we don't die. It's the same thing. I don't need a relationship. I'm whole with myself, and then you'll have that relationship. It's so true.
That's beautifully said. Full alignment. Go ahead.
Shari's just still vibing out here. Sometimes I love saying it's going to be okay, but I can do that for myself too.
Go back to that. I love that. I really like that inner child one. So well said. I realize now it's the inner child part of us needing support, not the light soul part. People get this inner, like you hear some people hear inner child and they're like, I'm scared of it. That sounds woo woo. I don't want any part of it. I love Sherry bringing this up because inner child work for me, realizing that there's this child inside of me that has been not only gonna say screaming, but just waiting for me to be like, hey dude, like I remember you, I remember us, I remember the things we love, we wanted, we were aspiring to become, and all of these things. Like I think of it as this, he's sitting in a dark room and I finally found the door and I open it, and as the light opens up, the first thing that popped into my mind was he's going to be so mad at me. I then found out he was so excited to see me. He was never mad at me. He was never so it was like a pup. It was like a dog being like
That's what I was
so
thinking.
excited that I opened the door. There was never any hate, never any resentment. And once that relationship came, I don't want to say came back, but I remembered it. Tears flowed. I had a somatic experiencing therapy session and tears flowed when that happened. So I'm glad you brought it up because that released a core memory in me along my healing journey.
Yeah, it's like it literally open that thing up. It's just a puppy dog happy to see it. No matter how much you beat it, torture it, lock it away, it's always just unconditional love. That is, wow. That's nice. And there's so many things, like there's movies that with that now. Moana, I think it was, or whatever. Like this big monster, fire monster, and she just walks up to it and touches it and hugs it. And it's like, yeah, you got to hug this burning thing. And then it just morphed into this big green Mother Earth thing. It's just like, it's all around us. It just takes the eyes to see it and to resonate with people doing the work because you can so easy to miss. It's so Meat Monkey Spacesuit so strong, pulling us into our habitual patterns. Erica says, I was thinking of that the other day with Disney stuff. There's a substack of women hating them because of that, but then I saw how it's froze, how I think it's frozen. It goes back to the mother, and I resonate with that a lot. The article, yeah, there's people that definitely put their identity around Disney movies screwed us. This is why we have problems. Like, yeah, I've been there on my own thing. There's MAGA Republicans are why the world's wrong. This and that. We attach to these things. Those women are wounded by that, and they haven't opened that door of their little inner princess that wants to find Prince Charming over anything.
Stories are powerful. The most powerful, the most recognizable book is all stories. Right? And that I should say the most recognizable book, not the most powerful, because I think there's plenty. Sherzy, welcome in, my friend.
Kid.
Yeah, all stories. And you hear about Disney, you hear about all this stuff. Well, what story are we telling ourselves? That's the greatest story of them all.
Cheers. I was waiting for you to come in, man. You missed some of the psychedelic talk a little bit. I know you're just going to say I rode the tiger, but brother, there ain't no tiger to ride anymore, brother. 11 grams in the woods. There's no tiger. There's no tiger. There's nothing hiding out there. You don't have to ride shit.
Brother, that's...
I'm thinking now, like, I mean, I thought this before, but like, I'm definitely experiencing the whole, like, it's literally like moving up levels of hockey for me. Like you go up, you get a little taste and like, okay, got to go hit the training room. Got to get that better at that. Got to get better at that. Okay. Let's go up another level and do the shrooms at that level. Oh, okay. Yep. Now we're going to do that. Now we're going to do that. And it just keeps, it's just like training ground. It's fucking amazing. The tiger will eventually get you when you least expect it. Hey, it got me my third one, brother. It did get me when I least expected on my third trip to Guatemala. It fucking got me then. But it was a silent tiger. That was what's scary about it. Wasn't growling. There wasn't even... Anyway, gets fucking deep. But yeah, I was just thinking about you, Shares, because I know you're going to love that shit.
You know what's interesting? I had a really interesting conversation with somebody out in Colorado. Because... like I said, I've never done it with the intention of sitting with that, which I think would change my perspective. But I raised a question to him that made me think. I go, I don't know if that's my avenue to connection. Like I said, I've done it, right? But I have this feeling, this perspective, these experiences, and this whatever. I'm not saying I don't think I need it. I think it will present itself when the medicine is ready to present itself, and I feel like I'm ready to experience. But up to this point, it's been very interesting. My journey has been revealing itself without that, and I think that's going to be like, not in my mind, it's like the final integration of it. Will be, it all's up here. It feels right. It sounds right. It comes out right, and I get a touch of it compared to what it actually is. Right? Like it makes sense on paper. I feel like a good team assembled on paper. And then I get like sparks of it, sparks of greatness. And I feel like when that time comes of that integration part, it's going to be a clearing of the highway. And that's what I think will be the moment that when I'm ready to do that. And
I've definitely seen that. My mom's experience, especially 5 grams of a strongest strain or whatever, strongest strain, and just she does hide things, I think. And with like I think she, it's always that ego, like, oh, it didn't affect me much. I did that too. But I think it just I've seen now enough people go through it in such different ways that it's so clear that absolutely nothing on this journey is a catch-all. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, I don't know if this is my meat monkey spacesuit saying it, but no, I have to. This one has to be. It doesn't matter how you get there, though. All the rivers lead to the same place, but there has to be some, like, anyway, life is meditation, so nothing can't be meditation. But like there needs to be some form of whatever you decide of how it comes through for you, of like you're focusing on something, like that's intention, right? That has to be it. Would you agree that has to be some kind of like focused intention on one thing? That's consciousness focusing. That has to be a principle.
It's collapsing. Right? Yeah, it's the wave particle collapsing into the 3D.
Right. So that has to be, but it's about how you're getting there. It doesn't matter if you're staring at a rubber ducky on your bathtub every night, or you're playing with your dog and it's an active thing, or it's sitting in silence. It's what it's going to take you in the way it's going to take you.
The closest I can get to what I don't want to say I feel like everything is a spiritual experience, but the closest thing I can get to what feels like pure bliss has been my experience of, you can see my guitar sitting there, you can see my piano over there, a little bit of it. Going from not knowing how to play an instrument to learning how to play an instrument to getting lost in music. When you're playing and you can feel the vibrations, you can feel the groove with somebody else. You're like, and you're playing back and forth. That's the most spiritual, focused intention, enlightenment moment I would ever say. Like, that's my version of enlightenment. And that's why, like, I don't know if you saw the other, like, I think last week I posted about grief. Like, I lost my best friend 10 years ago. We talked about that. And it's like, it felt like that experience was ripped away from me, because that was my person I did that with. And like, I found that zone with. And anyway, that's on the tangent, but that's where I would say, like, the focus intention, that pocket, I feel like it's a pocket you just kind of float in for a little bit, and that's literally living from the zone.
The call back to the course, people. The next arena, living from the zone. That's amazing, brother. That's a beautiful shirt. And hey, I love what a be respectful here, like a tragic, in the meat monkey sense of what we're all sitting around here in duality, way of learning through that pocket, man. If that was your thing with someone, like, damn, dude, like, I respect and see you there. That ain't easy, brother. So fucking props to you, man.
It's cool though. It's, once again, what do you learn from it? Now, don't get me wrong, I've definitely had moments where I've played and he wasn't here, and I felt like he was literally, if I play Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd, I'll set the conscious intention to face this way, and I'll imagine him playing, and I can, like, I feel like it feels fabricated, but it's not. Like, because all of the learning, all of the experiences, all the healing, all the whatever goes, no, he's there.
Oh,
like, he can't not be.
It's great. That's
yeah, it gets trippy, and that's without the mushies.
That's without ultimately just a tool, not needed. Absolutely, just part of the sandbox, just a little shovel you can pick up if you want. But hey, I know Linz and Lisa Jude are going to love to get in this, and I'll give a little context here for Ben. So the One Sound Attack, the junior team I played for here in town, they're going through sweeping changes. They've been sold. The new GM president is 28 years old, and apparently he's about to hire a 28-year-old coach tomorrow. So, like, big, cool things happening, very young. But Stumps here, who is the head equipment, she's the equipment trainer for the Attack. He's all about the love and light. It's been so great to get to know him and his family. His little girl's so adorable. Heard you're being announced as head coach tomorrow at a press conference. Any truth to this? Would be fired up for you to bring the love and light back to the Attack, brother? I don't think I ever had the love and light with the Attack. I was pretty mean back then, but I know you mean yesterday or last year. But no, apparently this kid Keenan Reynolds, who came in just after I was there, is going to be named as the head coach at 28 years old, and I just think it's going to be so cool. You got a 28-year-old GM, a 28-year-old coach. I think every freaking kid in the league is going to want to come play an Owen Sound, and they're going to rebrand it maybe to the Owen Sound Grays. Like, big things are happening. So I mean, hey, and this is the closest scenario I've heard where I would want to work for someone. With Tyler, another guy, and what they're doing, they seem like they are just already bursting with love and light, man, as much as you can in hockey. So I'm very excited to see what happens.
That's awesome.
Right?
Oh,
Lisa, Jude, and Linz are going to the press conference tomorrow, so they're gonna have some great insight on the stream tomorrow night.
dude,
But
hell yeah.
it's gonna be very cool to see. Very cool to see what happens.
Do you know what show I just started watching and I've been binging it? Like anytime I'm like at night, I've just been binging this show.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Ted Lasso.
No.
Oh, I thought it was for
So
sure.
it's hockey themed.
Mm.
You want another guess? I don't know. I don't know if you watched it.
A show that's hockey themed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch enough shows to know.
So have you ever heard of Letterkenny?
Oh fuck. Okay. Fuck. Why? Okay.
So there's Letterkenny, which I fucking love. I've been binging Shoresy.
Okay. Well, it is. Well, of course, Dana knew. I should have known that.
Dude, Dana. Yeah, no, it's Shoresy, and it's the best fucking show in the world. And I thought of you today because I was like, obviously this is fabricated, right? It's all fun, but they talk about one thing, and it brings me back to you. It goes, I think I don't want to say more so than other sports, but you're a hockey player. And when you're no longer he's like, I'm at the part in the show where I don't know if anyone's not watched it. Like in the next stage, he goes, I don't want a second to not be able to think I'm not a hockey player. So I'm trying to do everything I possibly can in this world to not have a moment of silence by myself to remember that I'm not a hockey player.
He said that in the show, one of the guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was like this moment of like, if I'm just a casual fan, that's a really good storyline. But working with you and working on the things we're working on and stuff like that, I go, oh, he's played hockey before. And he's talking about his lived experiences, like whether it just be whatever level, but like they're talking about like juniors, they're talking about all this stuff I now understand, but like it just made me think of like when you're talking about that kind of stuff. But
yeah. I don't know how I didn't pick that out. I know, Ted, what's his name? The Newfie Hitchcock Hitch in the show.
Yeah,
that's my buddy. I was on it. That he's at all the Hockey Helps the Homeless events. He's way cooler in person. The guy's on mushrooms every day at these events. He's fucking stays out to 5 a.m. He's literally the coolest guy in the fucking world.
You mean 10-inch cock?
Yeah, like literally, he's literally the coolest guy in the world.
That's so cool, dude. I love.
He was Terry Ryan. He was the guy that in my breakthrough month thing that happened. He asked me to fill in for a guest on his podcast that dropped out, and then everything started happening from there. So like,
I didn't know you were on his pod.
Yeah, a couple times. He's very, very. He knows how to play one of the boys, and they love him. But he is like the most creative writer at heart, and like artist, and like So he's a very in touch with the feminine. Let's just say that.
That's really cool. No, I didn't know. I'll have to check out his stuff. I'm a big fan of him. Is that his natural accent?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
He just dresses it up. But yeah, he'll be coming on the pod. We're definitely gonna be doing an After the Bell of Ted Hitchcock.
Dude, that's so cool.
He's unreal. And Sherry, somebody let Shari know where. I guess she's in America, so Ben, she can ask you where are you getting that show?
Hulu.
Streamed. She said, where is it streamed?
Hulu.
Gotcha. Hulu, yeah, that's the play. There you go, Shari. Shari's gonna be absolutely loving that show, being a big time hockey fan. She's never heard of that. She goes, off campus, I just found it's college hockey players, but it's working through trauma in different ways.
Interesting.
Dana, the masturbation scene is so hilarious. Have you seen this one, Dana or Ben?
I'm trying to think. It would have to be. I don't know if I've gotten there yet. Because I feel like that would ring a bell.
Would probably stick out. That would probably stick out. Namaste, Cam Scully, brother. Spiritual dad's back in the house. We are one. I hope you're doing well, Cam. Hope you're doing well, brother. That is awesome, dude. Oh, yeah. My first night in the hotel or in pro hockey was quite an experience. Pulling up in the taxi and what happened. But then the next in Milwaukee, I had a roommate, Brad Winchester, who he was really grumpy. He got put with a rookie. They put me with him because he was a big power forward. I'm supposed to learn from the guy. He had really big issues with sleep, I guess, and staying asleep. So he had like a noisemaker. He had headphones. He had like the whole get up. And I'm like, wow, this guy's like intense. I love it. But apparently, I've been told I'll snore here and there if I get in a bad position, but apparently I snored like a whale. I woke up and the guy was gone. In the middle of the night, he packed up his shit and left and got his own room. That was my second night in pro, so that was quite jarring. I was like, "Wow, I'm a fucking asshole," or I don't know. I think it was ridiculous, but I get a new roommate, and they put me with. I guess they tried one vet, they put me with another vet, and I come back to the room, and I guess this guy's used to have his own room too. You know how it's two beds, right? So you come in, and my bed was the far bed, so I can't see right around the right hand corner. He's like literally set up a jerk off station, like the perfect setup. Like pillows under each arm, pillows under his knees, laptop on a pillow. He's got the tissue or the toilet paper. He's got the lube. He's whatever. He's just like ready to go to town. And I walked in. I was like, wow. I just turned around and walked out. It's like, wow, man, that's pretty crazy.
Big gulps, eh? See you later.
Holy shit, man! Like, just very interesting experiences with veteran teammates. So that's what that thing, Dana laughing at that, made me think of that.
Oh, you were talking about even like your time out there wasn't your favorite time in the league. You said it wasn't just about like there wasn't a lot of like cohesion with the team. It was a tough. That was out in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, that was in Iowa because Minnesota, like I started in Iowa, but yeah, Minnesota I didn't even get those experiences because it was so you did get your own room and you were just in your own silo. Like
Gotcha.
there was no like roomies, so I got like it was the exact opposite. Instead of it being like crazy dudes in Iowa in the American League, it was just like nobody paid attention to you up there. So it's actually worse. It ain't gonna jerk itself. Sherzy's on fire. He's been saying some things as we're talking that are just.
I was watching. It was so
just
good.
wild stuff. He's just ripping it out here. Like the one Sherzy, fuck the hockey. Let's teach these guys how to party. Like, brother, I don't think you know where we live. The town is 20,000 people. Like we can't. The kids, they can't even go to the bar here. Like they're not allowed. Because we weren't allowed when I played here. The only time people are like, oh, you go to the Harbor on Sunday. Like I literally went there the night of the last game when it was over and my career was over, and then I went to the Harbor for the first time because they couldn't get mad at me anymore. I technically wasn't an attack player anymore.
Man. Yeah, dude, it's such an interesting. Once again, I'm just becoming more of like I've been a hockey fan, but like not like an in the weeds hockey fan. Like I think I'm just loving learning more about. Like I know more about like basketball locker rooms, football locker rooms, and stuff like that. But I there's something about I feel like hockey's just a different breed of like, and I don't understand. I personally can't understand the Canada side, but like I feel like a Canadian hockey player versus anything it's a different type of identity and breed. That's something I've always thought. It
is because there's basketball is very eclectic. Like you have completely different dudes. You have guys from different, like you got guys from Baylor or from whatever it's called, Brigham Young that are different religious than the guy from Duke. Then you got people like you have people wearing turbans now. Everybody's doing stuff different. Hockey is just the same person around the same person their whole life. Like Brock, the first guy to come out formally as a professional hockey player that was gay. He says it best. He's like, we literally like you only have to be middle class and up. You pretty much are all white. You play with the same kids your whole age group. Then if you're good enough, you leave home at 16 and you're only around said same type of person that are 5 years older than you now that just download into you what they've already done and what they had downloaded into them. And then you turn pro. Like, no wonder they're all MAGA. No wonder they're all like lost in conservative, like the really hardcore right and stuff. Like it's like, what do you expect? Like, it's just slap me silly, whatever that term is. Like it's what they are. Like you can't fault them.
Yeah. And on the other side of it, I also think they're the fucking funniest. I think the way hockey players talk, the way they chirp, I think it's the most creative trash talk I've ever heard. And it's like the most amusing. It's calling people pigeons cracks me up. Like I find chirping in the NHL or in the league or in hockey in general, just once again, I'm on a Shorzy kick. So I'm just listening to like the most intentional written funny chirps of all time. Just
Yeah.
but like I've seen Claude Giroux chirp in JVR. I've seen we have Connect Me. He just that's all he does is chirp. Like I love the way hockey players talk. I'm kind of obsessed with it, and I'm fighting really, really hard not to be a mask and just start talking that way because like I don't have the background to do it. But like it's like learning an accent. It's so catchy.
It is. It is.
So
The
catchy.
best highlights from that show are all Ted Hitchcock's like montages of him just talking like loyal for the soil, boys, loyal for the soil. Like all that shit just fucking kills me.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, I'm glad I could get that off my chest. It's been eating me.
I have look at least as Lynn says here, like here in Owen Sound, our players are hoisted onto a pedestal, which probably worsens the ego, and everyone knows you, and there's a different set of rules for you. Such an interesting dynamic. I have a chapter in my book called "Fighting on Two Fronts" because it's trying to figure out life at the rink and trying to figure out life at school in this new place and in the community. Because I'm just like, what is happening here? Like, what is? I just went from Curdy, the nice tall kid who plays ultimate frisbee and likes hockey and basketball at high school. Now I'm moving away and I'm dropped into this freaking small CHL market, and I'm at school. And I write in the book, it's like there's just only two types of people at school, and I figured this out on day one. There's either you fucking love me and the attack, and you revere the shit out of us, or you fucking hate us. And it didn't matter if you were a teacher, a girl, a guy, a lunch lady. It didn't matter who it was. I could tell instantly when I met someone which one and which bucket they fell in.
How was that for you? Because at that age, it seemed like you just started. Like you still kind of had a life outside. Like you said, you were playing ultimate frisbee. You were doing some different things. Like, did you kind of have to commit to it? Like at that point, was it like full commit of this is who I am fully?
Yeah, like the first year I didn't play because the team was the best team in the league. I dressed 40 games, barely played. I didn't party once with the guys. I just went home, put my head down, got my schoolwork done, did the extra work at the rink. I just was not wayfared into like Gabes. Like if we chirp you, it's because we like you. You don't have to come and get blasted. Just come have a beer. Like nobody was the big arm brother around me. So I just isolated myself. So it wasn't until the second year when I started to feel like I had a footing, and then the indoctrination really kicked into the next level. The first year was just sit back and watch, and like, I don't want to be one of these guys, but I have to be one of these guys. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be one of these guys. And then I just forgot that I was even a guy and I was just a hockey player.
Mm. It sounds like your first year was kind of like data collection.
Yes.
And then it was, I got the data I need. I now know and have organized how I want to show up. And this is my role. This is what I will do. This is how I will go about it.
Yep. And after first exhibition game of year 3, fully data collected, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like
I am not implying hockey players are not tough. I believe the modern player is not the same intensity, same level of laying it on the line. I hate to say they know they are a corporation that needs to protect their best assets, which is themselves.
I don't see a lie there. I think that's coming from a lot of sports too. It's realizing like, oh, we're the product. You need us, and also, I need me if I want to. Like, there's so much stupid money being out in all these sports now. Like, it's almost like for the love of the game, definitely kind of took a couple hits. I feel like, and it shows in a lot of the product put on television.
Mm-hmm.
The consumer's not dumb. We know, right? It's just kind of like, now you get a lot of people that are the recliner experts that go, oh, he's making all this money, he should be doing this. It's like, no, it's also, I'm like, I get it too. Like, I don't know. I think there's hockey, I think, is the last one that still has the pure love, and I think it's changing a little bit, but I can say from sports of just being a bigger fan of other sports my whole life, like I've come to hockey here and I go, oh, they've got a whole different set of ingredients. There's still love and passion here, and it bleeds through.
It's just it just is, and that's why Gary Vaynerchuk says there's nothing more exciting than a live event than a hockey game. He's like, I don't know why they're dropping the ball and branding it so much and all stuff. Also, there's just limitations that it's an expensive sport. It's not for the masses like basketball, football, and everything where you just play and So there are limitations to it, but yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like when PK Subban went viral last year, he's former player, talks on TV now, does a great job, very entertaining, but he was just speaking to how it is different. And he's a black guy, so he's speaking about basketball culture and everything and comparing. And he's just like, I'm sorry, but like guys just don't go hard. Like there's LeBron that goes hard, yeah, but then all you guys hate him because he's so good and the flopping else stuff. I think the NBA now has Victor Wembanyama and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who are like not American guys. They're like raised in France or Canada, and they're just, I don't know, they're just go hard. Like Wembanyama's diving over the floor. He's going to the monastery for Buddhism in the summer to train and get his mind right. Like he's outside the box. I think traditionally the NBA and baseball has always been this like I'm cool and just like I am my own corporation, I'm my own brand and all that stuff. Hockey still has that like, yeah, I make 750K and I'll go through the wall harder than the guy who's making 100 million, you know?
And what with hockey, it just, I think the higher ups got in the way of a lot of the other sports. They let ratings really affect the way they officiate things, the way they schedule things, the way they do all the stuff. Like basketball, they wanted higher scoring, they wanted higher offense because if they felt like it was a better product, people wanted to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the evolution of a game. I just feel like hockey's remained, I don't want to say untouched, but it's because it's definitely done some stuff, but like it's still the most native to like what I remember watching as a kid. Like they talk about like, oh, you can't hit as hard, you can't do this. Like you can still hit, you can still fight, you can still do all of this stuff. Maybe not at the degree, but like they still allow it. And especially when it gets to playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
like that it's still the most purest form of hockey. Like
For sure.
yeah, that's why I think once again, I love that they don't brand it the way they do and they keep it like whatever it is working. I think it's starting to finally get the light on it, and more when more money comes in, when more sponsors come in, that's when things start to get fucked.
Everything is going up fast though. Like the salary cap's about to go up like 40 million over the next couple of years. So it's going to start to get crazy. There's going to be the human nature is going to creep in of, the third liner is going to be making like 7 million, $8 million soon. And it's going to start to lose that. There's no doubt about it, Ben. You're nailing that.
Yeah. Because then that's when it comes in. Cause you think about it, like take your role, right? Enforcer, grinder, like, okay, I'm on the third line, but I want to do this for another contract. I got to be careful. All of a sudden, like, it doesn't feel like I'm fighting to get my paycheck. It feels like I'm kind of fighting not to lose it. Like it's like you think about like, hey, if I'm getting 7 million over the next couple years, I don't know. And it's a contract year, I don't want to get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like it like that's when I think, it just starts to shift the mindset a little bit. It's the more money that comes in, the more, hey, we don't want this in our league because too many people are getting hurt. We're going to update this rule. We're going to make it whatever. Like, yeah, I just hope it stays as native as it does because they've done a really good job up to this point.
He's bringing it back out of his walk of shame stories to some hockey. I posted a U15 spring camp where a kid started fighting with a ref here in Illinois. Too many people take spring way too seriously, like they're going to get a scholarship. Yeah, so the kids, you just kind of have to play year round now, or you get left behind. That's what happened to basketball, AAU. Ben knows that very well. He played that whole circuit. People just start to play year round, and that's how you get ahead. But if you don't have your head on right and you're not doing it for the right reasons, man, you are gonna burn the fuck out.
Oh, man, I wish kids just love to play. It's with anything. It starts to come to the parents, right? So it's probably a bunch of parents that have gone through the system, gone through the things, and understand, okay, now I've collected data. I understand what I can do to help my kid have the best chance to make it. And it started the trend of year round, multiple teams. Hey, maybe you don't play for your school team. Maybe you'll just go play AAU. Maybe you'll get travel. Maybe you'll do the summer camps. Maybe you won't do this. You won't play baseball anymore. And it probably worked for a little bit, but what you've noticed is it's lost a lot of love of the game players. It's
Mm-hmm.
become, how do I manipulate the system to give myself the best chance, instead of like, maybe it's just a Philly in me, but like, I honestly don't care how good you are. How much do you love it and want it?
Mm-hmm.
That's who I want to root for. That's who I want. I don't care if we didn't win the championship for the next 100 years. If I had a team that loved it, wanted it, showed up, and had passion every single time, that's what I want to watch.
That's what they want back here in Owen Sound. We had that for a while. We were known, you're the small CHL market. You ain't going to win much, but fuck me, you better be playing hard. That's what we were known for, and it's gotten away from that. And it used to be that not like the city kids would come play here. Like they would say, no, don't draft me. I'm going to go to a different team. But we started to get those players. And I think that also has changed the demographic of the players on the team. So I think these new guys are going to bring it back to what it's supposed to be. But that's all anybody wants. They just want people to make spending their money worth it, to see the human. People don't care if, like, people love heartbreak. People sign up to watch heartbreak movies and shows all the time. It's all about what it brings out of us. And look at Lynn's. Please get back to that culture. I know when I played, it was like, you playing on sound, it's like you're a certain type of player.
Is that where you played with Mitchie?
That was my last season ever of pro competitive hockey and pro with Rockford. So that was the last.
Okay. Where did you? Was Mitch the when you were, you were like, it was like the Legion of Boom, essentially, like it was.
Yeah. Like our line was Mitchie was the center, who's like a honey badger. Me on right wing, and a 6'4", 240-pound psychotic Russian on the left wing.
Did you have fun that year?
As I said in the book too, like, if those people weren't the best people ever from top to bottom, like there was only one grumpy dude, and I now look back and go, wow, yeah, my own shit. But everybody was just amazing, and I had as much fun as I possibly could for being how miserable I was. I don't know how that would have gone if that team was like the Minnesota Wild team or something. Like, that would have been a shit show.
Hell yeah. I love that. Yeah, it's some fun there. Because there was this different pop on the podcast when you talked about it, like talking with Mitchie, like when it was just like, you could feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of pride coming out, that like you were having fun when you were on the ice with him. And like, you took a lot of pride in, like, people knew when we jumped that bench and our skates hit the ice, like they knew, like their heads were on swivels. Like it was just really cool listening to you guys talk about that.
Because I hadn't played playoff hockey since my second year pro when I got NHL games. I never made the playoffs in the AHL. Shows the teams I played on. Like, this is just a fact. I'm not dunking on myself. I played on the worst teams and protected those players, the young guys on those teams. That was literally how I made a living. But that we finally got in the playoffs, and we got to play that team first round. It was only best of 3 first round, and we started each game and just ran them through the wall. Like, they just wanted to get off the ice because we were just killing them. Ozapov, his name's Dmitry Ozapov. He's 6'4", 240. Dude, this guy could skate like the wind. He's like a Russian linebacker on skates, and he would hit people so hard. I don't know how they got up. Like, kind of hits where you're just like, you're on his line. You felt it on the other side of the rink. I was like, oh God, that must have hurt.
That's a big boy, man.
Did you see this though in basketball? You must have, right? Where people getting sucked in to their parents' ideas of them making D1 and everything. Like, was that something you got in, like, seeing at your level when you were playing? Because I know you were young when you stopped, but
yeah, I saw. That's kind of where I lost it. Like, was from a young age. Like, when I grew up, I was probably like 5th grade. So 10, and you could just see the favoritism and this and that, the like dads becoming coaches so their kids got the right eyes on them from that age. And then I was the one that kind of got shit on because of that, because my parents aren't like that. Like, my parents are like, you go do you, like, we're going to be your biggest fans over here, we're going to support you, we're going to stick up for you and all this stuff, but like, we're not getting involved in your sports stuff. It's when I left that and I noticed, like, you get to look back and like, oh my God, that was the parents living and forcing these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the kids didn't want it, and the kids were assholes because of it. Like, and once again, the kids that were bullying me and all that stuff, I went on to then grow 8 inches in a summer. I went from like 5'3" to 6'1", and I was then playing on a team against them, and thank you for all the fundamentals your team taught me, because I was able to then come back and play better than them and do that kind of shit. But like, you notice it at a young age, like it's icky, man. It's not like, you notice really quick when it's not about sports. It's about parents and agendas and politics.
Look at this, Tammy Lynn. Namaste, Tammy Lynn. I don't think we've seen you around these parts before. Thank you for chiming in from X. We don't get a lot of people chiming in from X. Same. My kid just got cut from AA because I said they were all going to be playing beer league together in a few years. So you're basic. I'm reading that correctly. Is basically like they're all like really going hard at hockey, and the fact that you said that at AA, which Ben, most people playing AA are going to be playing beer league in a few years. That's where I was destined for, and then I had my crazy journey out of AA. This is true. So you saying that got your kid cut basically because they see it. I was like, oh, they're not invested. They're not all in. They're not like, wow. If that's actually what happened, wow.
That sucks, man. All unrealistic.
Yeah, so this. There's a guy. Oh, I can't remember his name. He's like a guy who wrote a book, but he was on the Lewis Howes podcast, and he made this not bold claim, but I totally agree. He's basically just like competitive sports is like gotten out of control. He's like there should clearly be in school the non-competitive division and the competitive division, and you sign up for one or the other for 99% of society to play the non-competitive and relax and enjoy life and learn that you are worthy, whether you are the bench warmer. Shouldn't be one in non-competitive, but you are worthy on a team. It should teach values. It should teach how to integrate society. It doesn't need to be just the blood sport, and I couldn't agree more with that. And people are like, oh, that's soft. And I'm the biggest person ever to say it taught me so much, competitive sports, and this cutthroat. And it's like, yeah, but you don't need that to learn things.
No, and then you'll find people being like, yeah, well, just go sign up for the uncompetitive one, be the best one there, get noticed, and ruin everybody else's experiences, stuff like that. Like, that's where it gets, like, once again, everyone has this agenda, but I'm with you, man. Like, let's bring fun back to sports. Like, you're going to learn lessons through the showing up to practice, through the difficult, like, you're going to learn it, but you don't have to learn it at the nth degree to have it beat into you and traumatized over missing a shot because whatever. Like, yeah, there's lessons in everything, but imagine you don't really like the sport and you're experiencing this shit and you're like, I don't give a fuck. Like just let me, like, I'm just here to have fun, man. I'm here because my parents are working. I need somewhere to go after school. Like, can I just have a good time, or do I have to be miserable for 3 or 4 months out of the year because I need a babysitter? Like, no, let's have some fun.
So true. Yeah. I'm the type of person. I'm the person that nobody would ever think I'd be sitting here saying this, because I was just like, talk shit, get hit, go hard, go home. Like I was like so not like this. It's crazy. Ben, are you wearing a Sublime shirt too? We are twins. I don't know anything about Sublime. I'm gonna be completely honest. Nothing. Not a thing. What do they like? Like punk?
Punk.
Rock?
Punk. Yeah, I'm gonna say punk. They're like punk reggae. Punk reggae.
Oh, okay, I think I've heard that. It's kind of okay, yeah, like kind of a different sound. Okay,
What
the reggae part
heard,
made me remember somewhat.
If you heard Santeria or What I Got,
yeah, okay, got what I got. I remember that. Okay, yeah.
Ska.
Yeah,
a little ska.
What's that?
So I think of ska. I think of like Real Big Fish.
What's ska? What is ska? I don't even know what's ska.
It's a that like da. You ever play like Tony Hawk?
Oh fuck yeah, I did.
That's ska.
Yeah.
That's ska.
Ska? It's a ska playlist.
Yeah, if you play Real Big Fish, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Real Big Fish is the name of the
song? REEL or Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. That's a great one, Dana.
Wow, so you guys are all vibing on a different kind of song level here and type of music.
Smoked a lot of weed.
You did do a lot. Like you did a lot of that stuff growing up, eh?
I did. Yeah. It was late. It was much more like in my like 19 and then my 20s. We need a Love and Light jam session. Pff, I'm in.
I mean, hey, that might be a part of Ben's live thing, whatever. I'll get a tambourine. I'm open to exploring the musicality. My dad used to look at me and my brother and go, "He got the musical touch, Kurt, not you." And I went, "That's fine. I'm enjoying my sports. I'm good."
Oh, that's so funny, dude. Just that was my identity, right? Sports, and I always think I wanted music so much more than I ever wanted sports. I was just, once again, I didn't play music growing up. I mean, I was in band for like a summer. I played the baritone, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I wanted to play drums. I'm out."
I would play drums too. I think that would be my instrument of choice. My buddy Steve Martin, funny enough, is one of the funniest guys I know. His name's Steve Martin. He'd literally put like drumsticks in his mouth and gym, band class like a walrus. He'd do all this stupid shit all the time. I fucking thought it was so funny.
Dude, the drums are fun. I for years, I just want an electric drum set so I can put headphones on and just play them. You're getting me into my.
I know, we were kind of getting him into his wheelhouse, people. I played Rock Band with my buddy Mark Pro in his basement, and he put me on the drums, and time all melted away.
Yeah.
Time melted all away. I didn't want to do anything. I was obsessed with his mom's cooking and stuff. I didn't even want the food. Just shut up and let me play.
Dude.
Like what was it? Psycho Killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ha, 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 ha. Like, I was just fucking loving life.
Dude. It's a drug, man. I loved Rock Band and Guitar Heroes.
Oh yeah, guitar. That one I was never getting into, but some people got you. Were you really into that? You were really into Guitar Hero, like playing it sick, like expert level and all that? Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that was as if. So I wanted an electric drum kit. Yeah, well, when I was with my dog, when my dog's here and my partner. Yeah, the drum set, but like I agree with, if I'm like jamming with people, I don't want it to be electric. I want to bash a cymbal and break a kick drum.
My dad was like, that's what he did. That they had their jams. Like when my dad would hang out with that, like when they get family get-togethers, it would just be the men in the living room, everybody with guitar or some kind of like ukulele, and everybody just improvised and sang and danced and played. And I was just like, what is going on?
It's a ceremony, man.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna have to get Ben a little Ben has to do a little performance or something for everybody, get a jam sesh going.
I'll play along. I mean, yeah, absolutely. If she can't handle the drums, she would love to play that. She could handle it, but if I'm playing in the middle of the day, I have to be respectful of her working. I'm not an asshole, Sharzy. A little bit. You give me drumsticks, I'm a little bit more of an asshole for sure. Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of is epic. Dana, spot on. Guys, you're lighting a fire inside of me that has been burning on low.
Hey, I'll give you credit. You haven't talked about it much. This is something that's huge for you, and that shows you were respecting the space. But hey, people want to get into the music. Funny enough, today I watched a video. My mom's just talking about how much she loves her playlist. That's all about her affirmation songs. It's all like, some normal songs, but AI songs that are very affirmation-y and good vibes. And Lorianne gave my mom a song she listens to nonstop. But it was like this girl went on the Know Thyself podcast, and she's studying music in humans and the brain and how it lowers cortisol 32%. It's like other things 64%. It lights up your whole brain, and there's music for everything. And it was just like a deep dive into that. So there's a reason why like this fruitarian guy that I know lives on the beach in Hawaii, works at a raw fruit farm and restaurant, just sleeps on the beach. He's like, yeah, he's gotten to the point where he's like, I don't think we're supposed to do anything. Like, he's just being very to a point here. I'm not saying it's true. He's just saying like, the human body's just pretty much designed to just like walk, dance, and run. That's pretty much all we're supposed to do. Like, we don't really need to climb things. The food can come down and fall off the tree. He's like, your body's designed to just dance and to music and to walk and to run. And that's just like all you really need. And he's like, we've forgotten that dancing is like fundamental.
It is. There's a lot of energy stored in the hips. There is, man.
I was just like, it's one of those ones that like, I don't usually like the Michael Scott thing, but that's what she said. Like,
that's what she said. But a lot of energy stored up, a lot of sacred energy stored up in there, man. Yeah.
You ever been to an ecstatic dance?
No.
I did that. I was in my most, this just shows everything. Before my mushrooms in Guatemala, and I was so depressed. I went to one of those, and it was like one of my Odessa songs that I came on, and I was just like, wow, you really can dance where everybody out here truly isn't judging each other, truly getting lost in their own worlds, doing whatever the fuck comes out. Some people are dancing to like this the complete genre of music to dance that way too, but you fucking go ahead if that's what's coming through. Like it was fucking cool, man.
I call that an open bar at a wedding.
Mm.
Dude, I don't know if you've seen I just started this series on Instagram, and it's songs that are good for your mental health, and I'm just creating a playlist.
Mm.
And I have like 20 some songs on now, but like I just keep adding songs. I'm just making videos. I'm like songs that are good for your mental health, and I go into like why and stuff like that. It's not like it's just a total like people are always looking for music, and I'm just trying to combine my two loves of music and mental health, and just being like, hey, these are good vibes. If you're looking
That's
for pick me up today, check it
that
out.
is money. I saw your video of like I'm just gonna turn this. The algorithm doesn't like my mental health shit that actually gives service. I'm just gonna put on this thing and just stare at the camera. How did that one do?
Eh,
Not
did
much.
okay.
But now
I,
you're. Mm,
I had somebody reach out and say like, "Hey, you need to do this. You need to do this." I gained $20,000, 20,000 followers on my first 35 videos. This and that. You're doing it wrong. And then he ended up being really, really nice. But then I looked at his videos. He's got like 500 videos and has the same exact amount that he started with at that video. I was like, "Dude, you hit it. That's awesome. Like, that's so cool." But he was even saying the same thing. He's like, "Mental health just doesn't hit." And I go, "That's okay. That's okay. It's gonna find the people that are on there for it, kind of thing."
mm-hmm,
How the fuck did I end up here?
mm-hmm. So
But
yeah, that's a great way to do it for mental health. Put it with music, something you both love. That's fucking great, man. That's following excitement.
what did Erica say? Everywhere with me can be an ecstatic dance time. I love it. But yes, with the energy of others is so beautiful connected together. There's energy, man. When you can share that with others, and it's a lot of love, it's a lot of expression. I know that's something I'm working on. And I said it to my partner. I'm looking to become more comfortable expressing how I truly think, feel, and act, not so controlled. And when something happens, I want to allow myself to flow with an answer instead of always stopping to think and
Mm,
feel and then respond. Like I want to shorten that gap a little bit to still be intentional, but like I also want to like authentically express. And I think ecstatic dance and dancing, whatever, is a great way just to be more in tune with yourself and let it flow. See,
mm.
Mac.
See Mac over in Scotland. Namaste, my Scottish brethren. And we are one brother. Hope you're doing well. I think he's home from his family vacay in Spain. That's what I always had to realize. People over in Europe, they go to like Spain instead of like Mexico. That's their thing.
I just found out where Scotland is. I have a client who lives in England, and she was telling me she was going to these places. So I brought up a map, and I was like, first off, I had no idea Ireland was before the UK, and then I had no idea Scotland was above London and like
Oh
England.
my God, you are turning into a typical Yankee right now in front of
Oh,
my
dude, I know, and it's my one of my worst traits, and
oh.
I will fully admit, like I am
Mm,
so I don't want to, I guess it's arrogant because I don't know, but it's not intentional arrogance. It's just like I brought up the map. I go, that's where Spain is. That's where Italy is. That's where Poland is. That's where Ukraine is. And I'm like, I had no, you could not, you could put $1 million. Well, maybe not now since I looked at it with intention, but like 2 weeks ago, if you put $1 million on the board and said, show me where Spain is, I would be like, if you said Scotland, I would have been like, I would have been somewhere near Norway or Sweden,
wow.
which is actually pretty close.
Yeah, this is like wow. This is yeah. Wow, the education system in US at its finest.
You're
That is
not going to hear me disagree in the
mm,
slightest.
oh gosh, that is wild. Hey, we all have our things that way, man. Oh, I remember the day when I realized that Americans, for the most part, just have like first of all, don't even know where the states are. They don't even know where their own states are in their own country. I was just mind blown when
Yeah, we're all,
somebody genuinely said to me, "Do you guys ride polar bears in Canada?" I was like,
you
"What
don't?
the fuck is wrong with you?"
You don't?
What in the yeah? It's just like I was like, wow. And the people are like the people that go, "How are the penguins?" And I'm like, "You're kidding. You're fucking kidding me."
Yeah, stupid Yanks thinking penguins are up there. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
You guys really don't. You don't have penguins?
South Pole only, brother.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I'm literally not going to defend our education system. It's by far the worst.
Oh man, I love that video. Who's the guy from Dumb and Dumber?
Jeff Daniels,
Yes, you seen
Newsroom.
that video where he went off on that? That was fucking amazing, dude.
So it's one of the best things ever put on. It's one of the best segments ever put out there. It's
literally.
I agree.
We learned geography a bit younger grades, and that's it. It's very true. In high school, I could tell you in geography class in high school, I could tell you every single country on the planet at one point and exactly where it is, no matter how small, for a very short period of time. For a test I was able to do that. That is so crazy. I wonder what's the equivalent. Yo, Ben, what's the equivalent for us in Canadians? Do you have is there an equivalent of that, of something we are all so ignorant to up here?
No, no, because US is just arrogant to think that everyone should know everything about us. So everyone does know a lot about us because we had a really good PR team saying, hey, look at us, we control everything, when we never fucking did. And everyone just like, yeah, hey, we all thought like you all know about us. That's awesome. But now what I'm learning is like, no, you just have good education systems that taught you about other places.
Fair enough.
No wonder why we're so arrogant to other places, because they're like, yeah, no, you guys aren't going to learn the metric system.
It's just all what it comes down to is just awareness. That's all it is. It's lack of, and they're trying to keep you guys that way. I'm sure that's probably all part of the whatever. We're not have to get into that, but okay, Cormac, we got to get to this. I was reading this for a second, but I was listening to Ben. It was a great holiday until the second last day. Me and my brother went out for drinks and got very steaming. Then, as we were walking home, we got jumped by 8 locals, few scratches, hairline, jaw fracture, but lost my tooth. Jesus, Murphy. Been to the dentist in the last couple of days, getting it sorted. At least my phone got smashed, but it's insured, so all good. Holy shit, brother. Wow, that's tough, dude. I'm really sorry to hear that. You're already jumping into the other topic, but sorry we were chatting there and I didn't see this message. That is heavy, brother.
Damn, dude. Happy to hear you're doing as good as you are right now, but because that could have went wildly, wildly more south.
Holy man, I've never so crazy our experiences. I've never gotten jumped, punched off the ice, like nothing. That and you have this experience, man, in Spain of all places.
Damn. Yeah, that's why I would honestly be worried to go other places, because we don't have a great reputation. I can be the best dude in the world, but you find out I'm a Yank, man. People don't give a shit.
No, they don't. People, yeah, people. I do have noticed that on my travels. There's a big difference on travels between meeting a Canadian and American and the way you're treated.
Oh yeah, and that's why like one of the greatest compliments I get is, "Wow, you're a lot nicer than I thought you'd be."
Yes, you're a Canadian, pretty much.
Yeah, and I go, "Thank you." I go, I wish I had the pride of where I came from, but I don't stand for a lot, if not all, of kind of what we represent right now. So
yeah, if anything, there's a little like block. Like you really can't stand going into the city and like going to the game. Like that really irks you, right?
Yeah, no, it's so true. And like I said, if Canada wasn't so, we get fucking cold in the winter too. Like I just identify more as like every Canadian I've met, like whether it be male, female, anything like that. I don't know if you're all just really good at pretending to be people's best friends, but I always feel like they're my best friends. They're my people. That's who I could sit in a room and just talk to and not feel like I'm being talked over, not feel like I'm being talked at.
Mm-hmm.
You just have basic people skills that I probably appreciate that I don't get all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's also great people here. I'm just generalizing, as I understand how we represent to the world, and it's not great.
Hey, put Ben in charge of, he'll go from late night host to running mental health for the United States of America. JFK Jr. hiring you.
I ain't working for him.
Oh man, I don't know how anybody stands in a room with Donald Trump and doesn't just piss their pants laughing. I really don't. It would just be so funny. Oh God. I can't, it's too much of a joke at this point. It's too much in our face that this is all orchestrated. The shit he says is just too much.
Yeah.
My mom's showing me the next thing he said. I'm like, Mom, at what point is it like he's not like this is something weird going on here?
Yeah, no, they hand out diapers at the door so you can piss yourself. And I honestly think It's just one of those things. Like, not going to dive in with 2 minutes left on him, but it just remember that your attention is the most valuable sense of currency, and he is just going about a different way of learning how to control your attention through absolute ridiculousness. And everyone else is doing the same exact thing. Just he's so in your face with, I can get away with whatever the fuck I want, and you're gonna eat it up.
And you're gonna make content about it, and you're gonna get mad, and it's gonna perpetuate, and it just keeps going. Yep.
Absolutely. Let's end on a positive note, not that.
No, that's everything. Everything's love night to me, man. It just helps me wake up and see Donald Trump's been a great thing for me to be more empathetic and understanding of people. So I love it. When life gives you diapers, shit them. Amen. Hey, after that, quickly, after you told that story, the next day I did take a shit at a Walmart, and I just couldn't stop thinking about you. And Linz and Lisa also went, and they couldn't stop thinking about you. So that's real.
I'm so happy to hear that.
That's intimacy. That is intimacy. All right, people. They're helping shut down. Nighty night, everybody. Thank you so much for a lovely stream. I know we didn't do it for 2 days, but it's like we're back like we never left. And I appreciate you. Love having Cam back. You got anything for the people, Ben?
As always, man, just sending love, light. I appreciate you all for allowing me to be in the space, sharing the space. And Gabes, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for allowing me to be here and share the room with you.
Amen, brother. And Carcillo had some stuff come up, so he's not even doing tomorrow. But I got Volpatti Thursday, but we'll be talking. We'll be setting up a call, I'm sure. But appreciate you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Take it out with some tunes. Maybe I should put on some Real Big Fish beer song. That's what I see here, so I'm going to play it. Namaste, everybody. Love you.